Welcome to Psychic Bent. My name is Carrie.
And I'm Kim. We are two sisters wanting to help other psychics learn and grow in their abilities and to help educate about spirits, angels, and everything psychic.
Welcome back, listeners, to Psychic Bent. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Cartomancy, which is using cards for divination. Obviously, tarot, oracle cards, but a lot of people also use the normal 52 deck of playing cards. So Kim fell down this well, or rabbit hole, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure you're going to tell us the difference between tarot and the Cartomancy, or is that all the same for you?
No, I will be telling the difference between those two. I didn't really mention anything about oracle, though, in my research because everything really focused the differences between tarot and the regular playing cards. I guess because the oracle is more of a single, would you say?
A single
Single draw? Or is it?
No, you've got spreads too. You could do a 3-card spread. There's different spreads you can do with the oracle as well.
Okay.
But the tarot can get very more in depth, in my mind, than an oracle reading would.
Yeah. So the rabbit hole I fell into only did the difference between the playing deck and the tarot cards.
No, I think that's fine. That works. No, I'm going to just throw this out there. So could you use any deck of cards? Like
yes.
any kind?
Yes, you can.
So if I had a Go Fish deck, I could use that?
Technically, yes, you could.
Okay. I don't have one, but in case I get one, I want to know, Okay, cool.
Okay. To start off with the word cartomancy, it actually refers to any form of divination that uses cards to give spiritual guidance or tells fortunes. And that's how it began centuries and centuries ago. But as the world progressed and moved on, the many methods of divination that used cards, they've formed their own separate names, and that's where the tarot and the oracle and the playing cards using the 52 card deck has been called cartomancy. Some people still use cartomancy in reference to tarot, but most everyone else uses the cartomancy word for the playing deck, which I didn't even know you could do fortune telling and card reading with the standard 52 deck of playing cards, but it makes sense because of their popularity and they're easier to come by.
Yes, not very, very inexpensive.
Yeah. The actual beginning of cartomancy, it's very difficult to narrow down with the many different spiritual practices over the years, but the use of the playing cards became part of the culture by the 14th century. It was used a lot by the royals in high society. They had their decks of cards, so they were always telling each other's fortunes, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Fortune telling was big back then. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, in the early parts of Europe.
right, the 1300s
Yeah.
was definitely really, really big.
And, you said it had to do with the wealthy and that, but these were, back then to get a deck of cards, they had to be hand painted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I mean, so your normal, Joe down in the village may not have the means to get a deck of cards, whether or not they're painted elaborately or not.
Yeah, if there was even paper available for them with such low income, I guess they could have used fabric, but that was such a commodity that they just couldn't go out and purchase or whatever. But I'm sure that the less fortunate ones had a way of actually doing that as well, because you could always, make a deck out of, I don't know, corn husks.
Well, I was thinking like bark, like, was it birch that has the real thin paper like bark?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I could see, I mean, you wouldn't be able to really shuffle that well, but I could see, if you really were creative.
Right. But you're right. The really nice ones and everything, yes, they were handcrafted, as were the tarot cards. Each country had different sets, images, and numbers of cards, and the variety of games they played with these cards, it varied from country to country. So that's how the playing cards actually came about, and then they were able to do the divination with them. I think it would be a lot of fun to have been back then, to have a deck from back then. That's what I was trying to say.
fancy schmancy deck of
Fancy,
cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know that there's any in existence today from back then because, they probably disintegrated.
I don't know. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
But it can't be denied that today the use of cards to figure out where your life may be headed, what you need to know or what you'd like to know, it has become very popular and a respected skill in the spiritual communities. It was also said that rumors had it, I guess I should say, is that Napoleon had a cartomancer do fortune telling for him, and so did his wife Josephine.
That's not uncommon. I mean, look at Mary Todd had her own psychic.
Yes. Yeah.
It was very common during certain time periods in different areas of the world to have a seer or
Mm-hmm.
a spiritual guide, or whether it was of the Catholic Church or someone who is psychic or a witch.
Right.
Yeah, it was not uncommon because they wanted some sort of guarantee. Am I going to win in this war, or should I go to battle, or what do you see, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, as we mentioned earlier, there are differences between cartomancy and tarot. And the playing cards, they have a very similar structure to a tarot card deck. They have four suits, a court card system, the Jack, King, Queen, King, and a numbered system that spans from ace to 10. The major difference is that tarot has the major arcana section, which is 22 extra cards. Additionally, it also has a gendered jack for each set, separated by the knight and page. The standard playing card deck has only 52 cards. A tarot deck contains 78 cards. Tarot decks are, well, they're undeniably beautiful to look at with the delicate and artistic images that are reflected on their suits. And the charming part of tarot for many is that all the intricate details on every single card, which that is amazing, is how beautiful a tarot deck can be. And it's not just the backs, it's the face cards, everything on. They're just gorgeous.
And one card has many meanings, depending on what's all in the picture. I think that one difference, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead of you here, but I think one of the differences between a tarot versus playing cards is you're going to get more in-depth answers from a tarot reading.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the major arcanas and you have the extra cards in there that are going to give extra insights.
Yeah.
But there's more detail to the card, like how many swords, what's the position of the swords, what's in the background. So it's just a bunch of meanings in one card that you have to decipher.
Right, like if it's upside down or right side up or
Right.
all that, yeah.
Yes. So if you're wanting a more in-depth read, then a tarot might be the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
But tarot is more difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Whereas the deck of cards, you only have 52.
Well, I found something interesting, though. The original playing cards that were developed, I can't think of her name, back in I can't give you a date right now. She began with 36 playing cards, and then it went up to 52. So I don't know what was in the actual 36 deck cards back then, but they did up it up to 52. That may have been when the court card system came into play, I think.
Well, I could see where that could have been a taboo situation if you had a ruler that was insecure. Because a lot of things were you couldn't say, or it'd be off with your head kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't speak the word death in the same sentence as the king. It's more like England.
Yeah.
There was, so I could see where there weren't any suits yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when did the gesture make it in? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. May have always been there. I don't know.
So I can see why early on it might have been not allowed, or you wouldn't even thought about doing it. But I could see in the courts if it started to as long as the king looked in a good fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see where it could have started in the courts where the additional cards were added.
Hmm.
I could see where there was probably less cards at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody would be charged for treason for playing cards.
Exactly. So as for the standard playing deck, of course it is a lot simpler with its unassuming images, and the basic details are all the same. There's also far less color, with half the deck just being red and the other half being black. And tarot also relies on more of the reader's intuition, the person who's doing the reading's intuition, when it comes to the divining what the pulled card means. Cartomancy, on the other hand, has far more defined card meanings, which makes it the perfect divination method for beginners, which makes sense. So, cartomancy is all about the suits, and the four suits are spades, which is the same as swords in tarot, and it represents challenging tasks, actions needed, obstacles, or events coming in the future. Hearts, which is the same or similar to cups in tarot, are about feelings, family, home, love, and relationships. Clubs, which are representative of wands in tarot, represents dreams, goals, future opportunities or visions, and positive things that are coming in the near future. And diamonds are representative of the pentacles in tarot and are all about money and finances. Now, is that what you know of? Do those sound similar to you because you studied the tarot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
about the same line.
yeah, because money, finances, I would just add career, but it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Not a big deal. Because money and finance usually equal career, So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But no, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, much like tarot, every card in the cartomancy deck has its own meaning, although the interpreted meaning may alter a little depending on what the subject's question may be. As a beginner, you may struggle to find connections between card pulls, but be kind to yourself. With time and practice, the world of divination will open for you, and you'll begin to easily access your interpretations and their connections, just like anything.
Yeah. When you first do a tarot spread and you've got your grid and you're doing the spread, I mean, this takes a lot of time. So be patient with yourself and don't be surprised it's going to take time for you to interpret the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So if you decide to do a Celtic spread and you've got 11 or 12 cards out, well, you're having to interpret each card. And then, of course, the placement of the card.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're writing down what it means, so you can go back and have an idea of what everything is. And so this takes time.
Yeah.
So don't try to do this if you have 10 minutes to kill, because you'll get frustrated with yourself. Because
Right.
it will take time to figure it out.
And it takes practice so you can learn what the different cards mean too.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be flipping back and forth. Wait, what was the 8 of clubs again?
Yeah.
I don't remember. And that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's the card that you pulled in a particular spread and you write 8 of clubs and go back and look it up, okay, that's what it means. Okay. Which, by the way, 8 of clubs is not a good card.
Okay.
Feeling lack of self-worth in ideas or dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why that popped up. It did.
Surprise. Oh, anyway, cartomancy itself draws on the energy of the universe to find the answers to the questions. If you are already familiar with certain spiritual beliefs like the universal laws and manifestation, you will already have a basic understanding of the power the source can possess. This link to energy forces also means that negative energies can affect the results of your readings. So if you are feeling tired or in a negative mood, or your client, if you're reading for somebody, is feeling not quite right, it might be a good idea to postpone that reading until both of you are feeling more positive energy flow. which makes
Also,
sense.
if there's the use of alcohol in a reading, that really shouldn't be happening.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Lowers your vibration. So you did all your work. You've meditated. You've prepared yourself for the reading, and you've asked spirit to guide you. And then your person shows up and they've been drinking. You may have trouble connecting because their vibration is really low at that point, because that's when it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it just kind of you may have to give some ground rules. Oh, by the way, I don't mind doing a reading for you, but this just some little housekeeping we got to take care of.
Yep.
Don't come inebriated.
So each suit has its own different sets of meanings, and then these meanings become more defined as we go through the varied cards in each suit. As you will see, many of the meanings of the cards are open to the reader's interpretation, and this is when multiple card pulls will help you discover their true meaning. So, how to do a reading. It's important to set up a calm and supportive space to allow clarity and intuition to flow. Make certain the area is clear of any clutter. Have any spiritual objects like crystals on hand or whatever works best for you when connecting with spirit to help you. And say a prayer or blessing before you do a reading, because you want to make certain you are not projecting any of your emotions onto the reading. Now, the first things you'll want to do is to work with a freshly cleansed deck. And ways to cleanse your deck can be placing the deck on a crystal such as selenite. Hold your deck near the smoke of herbal incense or other incense. Placing the deck in a bowl of sea salt overnight. And I think these are still similar ones that you did with tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of pick what resonates with you.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm giving a list, because of course it's not all of them, but giving a list of options. It's not just, you have to do these only and all of them at once. No, it's just whatever works best with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so take cards outside and fan them in the fresh air and sunlight for a brief time. And I thought, I liked that one. Go outside, fan your cards, get all the bad stuff off of them,
I can see Kim's neighbors now.
What?
She's at it again.
Yeah.
She's fanning herself with some cards of some sort over there.
She's doing something. Placing the deck right by the window on the evening of the next full moon and letting the sky do its thing overnight. Shuffling the deck thoroughly. You can knock on the deck 3 times before reading. The first tap or knock clears the deck. The second introduces you to the deck. And the third represents intention for the reading. This one, I liked this one. Blowing a deep breath over your deck brushes any old energy off of it. Holding the deck between your hands, closing your eyes, and visualizing a white light or whatever color feels cleansing to you yourself, surrounding your deck, and pull old energy out of it. You could even use sounds such as the singing bowls, the music, the bells. They can also cleanse your cards. So those are some examples.
I've used the knocking, like holding the deck, and the side of it, just tapping the table 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Instead of just, flicking the finger on it, I just feel like, let's take care of all these cards at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever works best for you. Exactly. Yeah. After cleansing your deck, give your deck a shuffle for the actual session that you're going to be doing, and lay the cards out in front of you and ask the question. Depending on how in depth you want to go, you can pull a single card, or you can opt for 3-card reading with a card to represent the past, present, and future. Now, there's also a 9-card spreads or the Celtic Cross, which is also available in tarot, or even 21 cards. But I don't know, for a beginner, I think those might be a little bit trickier to do.
They can be done, but they're going to be a little more time consuming to do. So you might want to do a 3-card spread to boost your confidence. It's just, I would do 1 Celtic just to get an idea of how the cards flow and give you a little more exposure to all the soups.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. All right. So,
But again, it's your comfort level. It's whatever your comfort level is starting out.
right. Yeah. Because I know I wouldn't be able to do that one right away at all. you know?
Yeah, you could. You got to have no one around interrupting you, so you can listen to your intuition and kind of look up what each card means, and what does that card mean to you?
Yeah.
What is spirit telling you about this card?
Right. Yeah. That's true. So, what I would like to do right now is to go over the one card draw and what the cards mean and how to do it. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So, with the one card draw, you're going to ask a question that requires simply a yes or no answer. So, if you've got a burning question you need to answer, you can use the playing cards to tell you the yes or no. So you start by formulating your question and keep it relatively simple. Make sure it is a clear yes or no question. Shuffle the cards and focus on the question. Pull one card and note any initial thoughts or feelings that crop up. So if you draw the spade, we've already talked about that the spades correspond to the suit of swords and tarot. So the ace of spades, if you draw that, is a yes. And you know this is the truth. So that if you get the ace of spades, it's a definite yes. You know this is true. If you draw the two of spades, it's no. And you can't see the bigger picture yet. If it's the three of spades, it's no. You are not in an emotional space right now. So the cards are going to be telling you exactly what it is that you are at with that question. Four of spades is possibly, but you need to take some time to yourself first. Five of spades is maybe. It depends on your approach. Six is yes, but surrender to the journey. Seven, yes, if your intentions are pure. Eight of spades is no. You are playing the victim. Nine of spades, nope, you need to focus on yourself first. 10 is no, not right now. You need to heal. The jack or knave of spades says yes, but you must be focused. The queen of spades is yes, but make sure you are checking your intentions. And the king is yes, but observe your boundaries and intentions. The hearts corresponds with the cups and tarot. The ace is yes, let your heart guide the way. 2 is yes, embrace this journey. 3 is yes, you deserve to have fun. 4 is no, you are not in the right emotional state to allow this. 5 of hearts is no, you are hurting. 6 is yes, the decision might bring up nostalgia from the past. You should also evaluate how this decision mirrors the past. 7 of hearts, maybe you have more options. 8 of hearts, no, it's time to walk away. 9 is yes, it will lead to wish fulfillment. 10, yes, the decision will lead to emotional fulfillment. Jack of hearts, yes, but be mindful of your expectations. Queen of hearts is yes, but only if your intuition tells you it's a good idea. The king of hearts is yes, if you feel it will add value to your spirituality, emotionally or physically. So those are all interesting so far, aren't they, Carrie?
Yes, and I do want to point out that there's dual meanings to each card too. So
Mm-hmm.
you're giving the yes and no context.
Yes.
Yeah, because they do also have different meanings too. I just wanted to clarify that you're just doing this is what it means for a one card spread, right?
For the one card draw.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yep.
And it expands on that yes or no answer, meaning like the ace of clubs is yes, this is a green light. Take advantage of this new energy sweeping in. It's giving you the either definite yeses and definite nos, and it's reasoning behind it more or less. The two of clubs is no, not yet. 3 is yes, but you must be patient. which we all find that difficult to do.
What do you mean?
4 of clubs is yes, keep going. 5 is no, not at this time. 6 is yes. That's it. There was nothing else behind that one. It was just simply yes. 7 of clubs, maybe. It will take work. 8 of clubs is yes, do it now. 9 of clubs is yes, but approach it slowly. 10 of clubs is no, focus on yourself and things will improve. The jack or the knave is yes, but only if it's safe. The queen is yes, it is secure. And the king is yes, but look at the bigger picture. And then finally, in the 1 card draw are the suit of diamonds, which represents the suit of pentacles and tarot. And the ace is yes, things will work out in your favor. 2 is maybe you are juggling a lot right now. 3 is yes, especially if it involves work or working with a team. 4 of diamonds is yes, but check your incomings and outgoings if it is related to business. 5 of diamonds is no, you are not in a place to take risks. 6 of diamonds is yes or no, depending on whether you are giving yes or receiving. Not a good idea. 7 of diamonds, maybe you'll have to work hard. 8 is yes, but pay attention to the details. 9 is yes, it could lead to abundance and success. 10 is yes, if you are supported, this decision could lead to material success. The jack or knave is yes, but it will involve hard work. The queen is yes, you have the resources to thrive. And the king of diamonds is yes, your hard work will ensure security. So those are the definitions for each card in the 1 card draw. Now, the next one is the 3 card draw. And with this one, I know earlier I said the 3 cards would represent the past, present, and future, but there's also other things you could assign to them when you're doing that specific reading. It could be me, them relationship. So if you're asking a question about relationship, my light side, my dark side, how to balance, mental connection, physical connection, emotional connection. So you can have assigned the 3 different, a meaning to each 3 different cards. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how you do a 3-card spread in Oracle and in Tarot.
Oh, okay. So it's not one set, past, present, future. It has to be 3 things.
Well, it has to be 3 things because it's 3 cards.
Right. But it's not just past, present, future.
No, most people like the past, present, future. So I think that's the most common.
Oh.
Because, if you give them the past card and that card is accurate, and then the next card's present and that card too is accurate, then the future should be accurate as well.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
The problem with when you're trying to do the me, them relationship, sometimes someone who has heightened emotion might make it difficult to do that kind of reading for. It just kind of depends on where their mental state is, on whether you want to do that or not. That might be a good one to practice on yourself first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And again, you're talking about just another tool for, divination. You have to be open to the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be open to what spirit is telling you and guiding you in those answers, especially if you do the light side, my dark side, and how to balance. Because a lot of people don't want to admit there is a dark side.
Well, that's true.
So so this could really push you to grow spiritually doing divination with cards.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up on this whenever I was reading about them. You could do your own all the time, just as you could the tarot as well and the oracle, but this one, it just made sense to me.
Oh, yeah. And it's not as intimidating, I think, as tarot is to many people.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, so now we're going to go, hopefully quickly, with the 3-card spread. And once you've got your spread on the table, here's a peek of what each card means. And These are a little bit more detailed than the yes and no ones of the one card pull that I did just a minute ago. So the Ace of Spades represents death, but generally not a physical death, but endings and new beginnings. It can also indicate important decisions that may cause worry, misfortune, or anxiety. And the Two of Spades is tough decisions, resentment, separation, conflict, betrayal, deceit, change, or even bad news. 3 is trouble in relationships, infidelity, dishonesty, loss, confusion, deception, lies, and misunderstanding. And I thought I found this interesting that to me, the black cards, the spades, and the clubs seem to have more negative connotations to the cards. Whereas with the red, the hearts, and the diamonds, I felt they were more positive. Did you pick up on that?
Well, I mean, as part of the light and dark,
Yeah.
yin and yang. I mean, you have, well, like, like you said, the Ace of Spades. You're embracing change
Mm-hmm.
to make things happen. That is not negative, unless you don't like change.
Right. Or if you're not comfortable with the endings, or because
Right.
endings, this is coming to an end. Oh, it's coming to an end.
Yeah. I
Kind
mean,
of
like,
thing.
because like the Four of Spades can mean finding peace and doing nothing, waiting before acting. So I mean, I don't know if it's that really negative. It's more telling you to take care of you.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I guess it depends. I mean, obviously, what about disagreement and what about backstabbing or infidelity? Yeah, that's negative. But that's part of life. So you need to have those life cards.
Right. Yeah.
And because black can, to me, I look at black as more grounding, but red is grounding as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see why the black may have more of the negativity in it than the red.
Yeah. So the Four of Spades I had is illness, broken promises, exhaustion, or an unhealthy situation or relationship. 5 is obstacles, anger, abandonment, loss, and difficulty, eventual success.
Well, I think yours are more negative than mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because five of spades, I have letting go, detoxing, and moving on.
Okay, why don't you continue on with yours?
Okay, I wasn't trying to force you out.
Oh no, go right. You were first me. I'll go right ahead with.
Okay, well, for six, I have accepting fate and accepting change. Seven of spades, disagreements, challenges, and unforeseen obstacles. What do you have for seven?
Bad advice, grief, loss, and unexpected burdens.
I like mine better. Unforeseen obstacles sounds better. They're coming, but it just sounds better.
Okay, continue on.
Eight of spades, needing to decide your own fate really quickly. So you need to move fast. Nine of spades, overwhelm, dealing with loss, worry, or grief. 10 of spades is too much pressure, responsibility, or worry. The jack of spades is a young person who isn't afraid to do the right thing. Queen of spades is cold, aloof woman who does things for the interest of others. And the king of spades is an authoritative man who plays by the rules and attempts to be fair.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So with the hearts, I have Ace of Hearts is new relationship, marriage, union, feeling of friendship, happiness, and positive energy. 2 is finding balance with partnerships, spending quality time together, good fortune in love and friendships, prosperity, affection, lust, and success. 3 of Hearts is challenges in relationships, being a third wheel, indecision, a new friendship or relationship. Remain cautious and guarded with your words. Importance. 4 of Hearts, stability, marriage, feeling secure in partnership or at home. Change is coming, possible travel, return to an old partner, or taking the next step in a new relationship. 5 of Hearts is sudden changes such as moving, breakups, or divorce, jealousy, resentment, loss, or love, deceit, or illness. Which that one didn't sound very nice. What did you have on the 5 of Hearts?
Mine doesn't go down the rabbit hole like yours does. Mine's
Okay.
Five of Hearts is sudden changes such as moving, breakups, or divorce.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yours was the same emotion type one that I had.
Yes, except for it just ended with divorce instead of
Okay.
going farther down. All these awful things that could happen to you.
Sorry.
But have a nice day.
Well, maybe that'll help somebody else, give them more options on their reading, you know?
I don't know if you want those options.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. So, Six of Hearts is finding closure, peace, harmony with loved ones, a pleasant surprise, a new love interest, and unexpected. Seven of Hearts is finding out the real side to someone, broken promises, second chances, emotional decisions. Yeah, but you have all these emotions with your heart anyway, so this is all making sense, you know. Eight of Hearts, a time to reconnect to old family and friends, invitations, surprise visitors, ending of a friendship or romance. Nine of Hearts, feeling really good in your love life, wanting more, could be considered the wish card, and its wishes, desires, and dreams are fulfilled. That's one I like.
Okay.
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 Ten of Hearts, an exciting new step, feeling emotionally fulfilled, good fortune, success, fulfillment, but the possibility of family issues needing attention. Jack of Heart is a young person who expresses their feelings fearlessly, could be a friend, brother, or romantic interest. Queen of Hearts is a kind, good natured woman who may be a friend, sister, aunt, or even a girlfriend and loves boldly. King of Hearts is a man with an open heart, ready for commitment, who is good natured, loving, and gives good advice, possibly a paternal life figure. So, why don't you cover the clubs?
Okay, so Ace of Clubs, new endeavors and opportunities and learning. Two of Clubs, getting on the same page, confrontation. Three of Clubs, charged creativity or mental blockages. Four of Clubs, finding work-life balance, a stable mind. Five of Clubs, difference in opinions, time for a change. Six of Clubs, receiving inspiration, receiving a growth opportunity. Seven of Clubs, uninspired, feeling trapped, afraid of the unknown. Eight of Clubs, feeling lack of self-worth in ideas or dreams. Nine of Clubs, an idea is almost complete. 10 of Clubs, manifesting dreams, feeling fulfilled. Jack of Clubs, a young visionary. Queen of Clubs, a woman who believes in herself. King of Clubs, a man who has inspiring ideas.
Okay, and in the
Is that
diamond. Hmm?
is that similar to what you had?
Well, yes. Mine were more left brain, so, you know.
Okay. All
So
right.
now we'll move on to the diamonds. And as Carrie said earlier, it is like job or work, career based. And the Ace of Diamonds is a gift, a new beginning, a message, improvement, the beginnings of your energy work, new house, investment, or job opportunity. Two of Diamonds is finances improve, needing balance in finances, disagreement within a relationship, making or receiving payment. Three of Diamonds, projects, working together, uncertainty about how to spend or save, legal issues, teamwork, poor focus, and instability. Four of Diamonds is foundation in money, investing, saving, being overly frugal. Could also mean gaining financial stability, trust, and improvement. Five of Diamonds is spending quickly, financial changes, positive energy, happy home, improvements, and success in business ventures. Six of Diamonds is taking responsibility for financial decisions, troubles, disagreements, or poor communication, jealousy, issues in a second marriage. Seven of Diamonds is deception around contracts, investments, or what you'll get out of spending, confusion, challenges, or problems at work. Eight of Diamonds is an unexpected downturn in money, a surprise romance, or a marriage later in life, possibility of travel, and planning with caution. Nine of Diamonds is new business opportunities, success, surprise, money, changes, reality check in finances, time to stop spending. Ten of Diamonds is positive change, success, financial and material success, everything you've ever wanted, and it's good luck. Jack of Diamonds is a young, immature person who spends everything they have, unreliable and dishonest, might be a family member. The Queen of Diamonds is a mature and beautiful woman who knows her worth, outgoing, successful, and reliable as well.
I like
And
her.
the King of
Like
Yeah.
her.
Yep. And the King of Diamonds is a lavish or powerful businessman who enjoys the finer things, accomplished older man who is stubborn but also reliable. And I know somebody like that.
Hmm.
So, yeah. That's the definition of the cards. When you do your research, you'll find there's other definitions out there as well, but they kind of have the same themes to them. But I think you should be able to really do readings and understand them when you have the list in front of you. It was a whole lot easier for me to do those than it was to look at the tarot and the volume of information there.
Yeah.
So the next thing I had was how to care for your Cartomancy cards. As with the tarot and the oracle cards, you do need to take care of them. And caring for your Cartomancy deck is an important part of reading the cards. We're dealing with energy, and this also means the likelihood of readings being affected by bad energy. So caring for your Cartomancy cards will be a little more than popping them back in the original box and hoping for the best, which I never gave that a thought. I guess because I haven't dealt with the tarot or the oracle cards. I just would have thrown them back in the box myself, without even thinking about cleaning them first. So I know you.
Yeah, I cringed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say anything. Clean the crystals too when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing I found is that it is recommended keeping your cards in a cloth bag or a wrap when they aren't in use. You can also place this wrapped deck into a wooden box for an extra layer of protection. As long as you are using natural fibers when storing your cards, they will be well protected. Many cartomancy or cartomancers like to store their deck with a cleansing crystal like a natural quartz stone to help protect and cleanse the deck and the reader of any lingering negative energy. And this negative energy can affect the result of your readings, so it's best to take as many precautions as you can. So, is there another crystal you would recommend for a cleansing like that besides the natural quartz?
Well, are you doing a cleansing or a protection? Or both?
Well, you're cleansing. So, you're going to be, before you put it totally away, you want to get rid of what you might have picked up during that reading,
Well,
and then you're
actually,
going to be.
you could do the reverse of what you did at the beginning. You could do that at the end as well.
Okay.
You could do any of those clearings or cleansings to get rid of any energy at the beginning. You could do that. You could do the same thing at the end.
Okay.
If you wanted something like protection, you could put a tourmaline in there with a quartz to protect the cards. But I would say a quartz should be fine.
Okay. Or maybe put them on the selenite before you put them in the
Yeah,
bag and the wrap and the box. Or even you could put selenite in the box too, couldn't you?
you could. It's just that's a very fragile stone.
Ah, yeah.
So you do want to be careful that you don't,
Could get jarred around too
yeah,
much.
you could get slithers of selenite.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so I find that cartomancy, it is an excellent beginner's doorway to the world of divination through the media of cards. So many of us who are beginning our journeys, and yes, I'm going to try this, into spirituality and divination focus on methods that are already so popular like tarot that they forget that there is this other option out there that is more simplistic.
Have you tried it?
No, I have to
Really?
find a deck of I
Really?
have to find a deck of cards.
You got them at Walmart. Like, Dollar General has them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that I was going to go to Dollar General to get some. I haven't gotten
Okay.
any yet. But yes, that is my plan, is to do this, to learn more about it and to practice it a little bit. And the simplicity of cartomancy works better with more direct questions, like I said earlier, so making it a better fit than tarot if that is what you are using them for. So if you want that direct, quick question, this is the tool to use for that. Like you said, tarot could take so much more time, and you may feel you don't have enough time for a tarot reading.
I mean, the more you do tarot, the quicker you become. It's just, you have
Mm-hmm.
to do the work.
Right, right. So it can take a little while to really get into reading cartomancy, and remembering all the meanings and calling on your intuition can feel overwhelming in the beginning. However, I think with a little practice, we'll be able to be reading cards for family, friends, and even ourselves in no time.
Well, you should probably start with yourself. We're reading for yourself.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, since if you get down all the suits,
Mm-hmm.
it would be easier, I think, to transition into doing tarot, because once you're comfortable with what the spades are,
Mm-hmm. Right.
a spade is what in tarot? You know what I'm saying? Then you just have to learn the major arcana.
Right. Right. So once you get good at this, then you can.
That would be a next step if you felt like you needed to take the next step.
Right. So that's all I have. Do you have more you'd like to add to that? I know I kind of monopolized the episode here.
I jumped in there when I felt the need. Don't you worry, girl.
To be honest, whenever I brought this up to you about this episode, and you said that great grandma did this,
yeah,
I was like, maybe that's why this really popped into my head, because I've been wanting to. I was really drawn to this one. I think I was drawn to this one more than I was the palm reading.
I don't know. I'm still looking at my hand going, Gotta find one. Gotta find a reader.
Yeah, exactly. Just letting everybody know. I just didn't find an app that I felt was sufficient.
I didn't bother to look because I knew you would. I'm like, yeah, she'll check it out for me. So she's gonna check it out for me anyway. So let's just let her do it.
Yeah, that's all I have on cartomancy. Do you have any questions or anything?
No, very interesting topic. We'll have to get a deck of cards and play around with them and see how to do it and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking I have to get my tarot out. I haven't had my tarot out in a little bit. I have to get it out.
Yep, you've been bitten by the card bug.
Mm-hmm. Well, if there isn't anything else, Kim, why don't we go ahead and end the podcast now?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in for what I hope is another interesting episode for y'all. Kim and I really try to put a lot of thought into what the episodes should be, and sometimes we overthink it, I think. So any ideas that any of our listeners would like to have as an episode, of course, give us an email or message us through our Facebook page, Psychic Bent Podcast, or psychicbent1@gmail.com. And Kim, anything else you want to add to that?
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, comment on any of the episodes on any of the platforms where you may listen to our podcast.
All right. Thank you so much, listeners, for tuning in. Bye.
Bye. May your light shine bright. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, Psychic Bent. If you enjoyed Psychic Bent, please like, follow, rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to Psychic Bent. We can be reached on Facebook at Psychic Bent Podcast. Our email address is psychicbent1@gmail.com. May your light shine bright.